I actually understand why black women don't see black men as leaders. The things that they believe about black men are based off of a lie. In 2023, I spent the majority of the time debunking all these false narratives about black men in regards to black men's fertility, being, deadbeat dads. Black demographics finally got a hold of the actual information and they posted it on their platform in the form of a graph, which is the same thing that I've been doing for you guys when I've been breaking down these numbers by hand. 46% of black men had ever fathered children. Black fathers and mothers who live with their partners at their first child's birth, married or cohabitating. If you look on the left, it says 66% of black fathers actually lived with their partners at their first childbirth, either married or cohabitating, living in the same home. Whereas black women, when they have children, only 41% of their partners was actually living in the same home or married to black women when the kid was born. It basically shows you that black men are far more involved in their children's lives than society likes to paint. Let's do some math here. If it was 49%, that will be the minority. If it was 51%, that will be the majority. 66% of black men are actually married to or cohabitating with the woman that they're having a child with. You cannot say the same for black women. And the black community will sit there and try and dismiss this information and continue pushing this narrative that black men are just deadbeats, making less than black women, black men versus women who earns what? From $49,000 and below, black women out-earn black men. When you go to $50,000 and up, black men out-earn black women. Now, the most important number that people like to discuss is $100,000 or more. 205,437 black men, more black men out-earn black women when it comes to $100,000 earnings. 926,000 versus 721,000. When you guys hear any black women run with this narrative that there's all these high-earning black women that just can't find any black men on their level, what's wrong with you? Now this is where you look within.
Look within. Focus your power. How interesting.
Half of black men in prison. Black men account for 35.4% of incarcerated men. 612,000, almost 613,000 black men. Black women being more educated.
Here's a fun fact that they don't want you to know about. Black women are the most educated demographic in America. Black women are disproportionately educated.
We will be serving white cake.
So you white man has to open your mouth, you sing all goddamn day long.
Guess who is the highest education, racial and ethnic group in the United States? You're looking.
African American women enroll in college.
What did you say?
African American women enroll in college.
Excuse me, say what? Come again, say what?
African American women enroll in college more than Asian men, white women. You name the group, African American women are number one, 9.7%.
It's not that black women are the most educated, they're the most enrolled. There's a narrative that they're using on you guys. This is like the third or fourth white man that I've seen use false statistics, false narratives to black women to make it seem like they're doing so much better than black men. It went even as far as black women saying that there's more black men in nursing homes than black women or women in general.
Why are men like the number one entity in nursing homes if they know how to vet their partner? You know what I mean? And they know, I'm just trying to find the correlation between the statistics, because I'm not going based off the men I know. Yeah, like black men and men in general are like, in nursing homes, you know, lonely at the end of their life because of that vetting. This is a statistic.
What is that?
The reason why I threw that statistic out there is because they're saying that men are, as a general, not just black, white, no matter the race, they are ending up in nursing homes because they don't have a partner.
This is called 25 Insightful Nursing Home Statistics from 2023. Residence, locations, and long-term care. What does that say? 54.6% of nursing home residents are women. The ratio is similar to the ratio of male and female assisted living residents as well, where 70.6% are women and 29.4% are men. I spent 2023 debunking all this stuff to the point that I had to call out white men, white women, because there was a white woman saying that black men and white women were the most divorced, even though it was white women overall.
Marriages including a black husband and a white wife were more prone to divorce. A black man and a white woman are the least successful statistically.
A black man and a white woman are 200% more likely to be divorced. But this is the crown of the study. A white man and a black woman are 44% less likely to get divorced. Pretty interesting, isn't it, my sister?
Black men have the highest divorce rates in interracial relationships, specifically with white women.
2 seconds later.
White female couples also had the highest likelihood of divorce of all white non-white marriages, mainly to marriages involving a non-white male and a white female. And an interracial marriage would be no more likely if we were to take out white women from the equation.
If white women stopped marrying Asian men, white men, black men, then the marriage rates would go up if those men married other races of women, because white women are the ones that get divorced the most. That got narrowed down to black men. So I don't know why our sisters decided to run with this narrative that black men were the issue and they were off the hook. That's crazy. With no black women doing any research to see if these people were true or not, one white man lied to black women in their face, and they shared his content on their platform to where he was saying that men are responsible for, you know, the majority of men who are, you know, in prison.
Meanwhile, homes with a father represented 40.7% of all offenders.
Let me show you what he did here. This is the same study that he's referencing. If you add 35.5% of prisoners who live with both parents and 5.2% of father-only households, 40.7, which is the number he purposely told women to make it seem like the number was closer than it actually is. Let's do the same for women. If you add 41.1% and 35.5%, children that grew up with mothers have a 76.6% chance of going to prison, a 35.9% difference from mothers and fathers. He actually did that on purpose because our women are sharing this information because they thought that it would make black men look bad. However, y'all look worse because you believe this white man before you even fact check this information. They never did any research. They just went out there and ran with it. And with all of those narratives, that is the reason why our women don't see us as leaders. Because just think about it. If you thought that your male counterparts made less than you, you thought that the majority of your male counterparts were gay. The UCLA School of Law Williams Institute, there are 1.2 million. 61% of black LGBT adults are women. 1.2 million black people that identify as LGBTQ. 41.6 million black people living in the United States. 1.2 million of that number is 2.88%. 61% of 1.2 million, 732,000 black women that identify as LGBTQ. 39% of black men identify as LGBTQ. 2.34% of the black male population. If you thought that the majority of your male counterparts were in prison, had more children than you, why would you follow that type of person? So that's why black women don't see black men as leaders, because they believe the lie.
There's been this landmark study from the Center for Disease Control, which debunked many of the myths surrounding black fathers. It found that the majority of black fathers live with their children. Black fathers are more likely to help their children with their homework, prepare meals, bathe and dress their children compared to fathers of other races. So the absent or deadbeat black father myth that many in America believe is really more like a lie.
The way that they got black men were the most involved fathers, it wasn't just from black men taking a survey. It was actually from black women. Mothers' reports echo fathers, lest we believe that these statistics are skewed by the father's own self-reporting. So basically what black women who hate black men were saying were like, they were saying, well, it was only black men who did the study. They were the ones that did the study, and they were the ones that reported that they were the most involved. We didn't say that. Well.
Well. How the turntables.
Researchers found that non-resident white fathers were less involved with their children than African American and Latino fathers. You see that 2018? That is the exact study that quoted black men are the most involved fathers. In a 2018 study of non-marital births, mothers reported that black fathers shared responsibilities more frequently and displayed more effective co-parenting than Hispanic and white fathers. So if you guys see any podcast, any black woman who hates black men, and she's saying that, well, the survey only it only took the information from black men to get that, so of course black men are going to say that they're the most involved fathers. You're wrong. Black women actually echoed the same sentiment. Your black women got your asses, huh? Yeah. And when you try and present them with the facts, data, and statistics by basically saying, hey, this is not true, whatever you guys thought, it's not true, they have to be open to receiving that. And as of now, they're not. So these narratives have taken over 50 years to implement in black women. So it's probably going to take another 50 years to unlearn what they have learned. But they have to be open to it. And what I see on social media is that they aren't. So that's why they don't believe black men are fit to be leaders or are fit to lead the community, because what they think black men are is based off of a lie. So every time I hear a black woman say that, you know, black men, they don't know how to lead or they need to do better, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about, because it's already been embedded. I think it's going to take another 50 years to get that cleared up if they're willing to understand. But like I said, on social media, they're not, man. We tucked our tails for too long. We stayed quiet. So that's our fault. There were no black men of prominence that stood up and said, hey, I'm not going to sit here and let y'all talk about black men like this, because the truth remains that black men are doing this, this, and this. Nobody stood up and said anything. So black men, yes, we have responsibility in regards to these stereotypes that we allowed to fester in the black community for decades. But now we have platforms where we can talk about this stuff and we can do our own research and see the truth. So yeah, so we definitely do have a part, but that's why I'm here. That's why some of the respectable guys in these spaces are here as well. So we can clear up this nonsense, this foolery.